Hey guys, welcome back to the Hot Mess Medium Show. I am really excited to be back. I'm not like fully back, but I'm here. It's been about a week and a day now since my very last radiation treatment, and so my voice is still not normal. I'm still a little bit raspy. And I'm not quite ready yet to talk about the entire experience, but that will be coming. Like, that is an episode that will come at some point, especially if that is something that you guys would like to hear about, just like my experience with it, what I learned from it, some of the things that I went through, and just kind of where I'm at now and how it's changed me, because it truly has. It's changed me mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Parts of me died, like for real. I feel completely different. So, anyways, that'll be a whole other episode. But for this one, I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I just kind of wanted to get something out there that would be supportive for my listeners. It's a little treat for you guys. I wanted to come on and channel and share some messages and guidance that could be really helpful for you at this time. You know, right now we are mid-April 2025. We are April 15th right now, when I am, recording this. But I know that whenever you are listening to this, like whenever that happens, just trust in the divine timing of it. Trust that it was meant to be for you at this time. I want to kind of feel into, what's sort of coming up collectively for my listeners, and what you kind of need to know right now. Maybe what your higher self wants you to know, what spirit wants you to know. That could be really supportive in helping you navigate this time, or even embracing this time. And I feel like there's been a lot of themes coming up lately, because even though I said, I'm not like fully back yet, I have started doing, I started doing some readings, like literally last week, a few days after my last treatment. And then I just did 2 today. I have a couple more this week. And that's been feeling actually so nourishing for me, though, even though it might seem very soon to some people. For me, it's just kind of helping me integrate back into regular life and getting out of, cancer life. And it's been very nourishing, honestly. So let's go ahead and get into this. I invite you to take a nice deep breath with me. Actually, let's do that together. In through your nose and out your mouth. And again, in through your nose and out your mouth. And I've already set my intention before even hitting record. So I'm just going to dive in and start sharing with you everything that's coming through my senses, every impression coming through, every vision, everything that's coming through that, is going to be whatever is meant to come through that you are meant to hear right now. The first word I'm hearing is upheaval. It feels like a lot has come to the surface, or is coming to the surface, to be sorted with and dealt with, because you can't take this where you're going. I'm getting in my head a little bit, because I do feel like this message is a little bit repeated in a way where, like, I'm acknowledging how I've shared this message several times about how we're being prepared. But what Spirit is coming in and reminding me of is that preparation takes time. It's not this like quick, easy fix. It's not something that is fixed overnight. It's not something that can be completed within a short amount of time. We have been being prepared for a long time now. And there's so much truth to that. I know you could probably feel it. I know I feel it. I feel like I've been being prepared for so long now. You know, and it comes in waves, of course. It comes and goes. It's not like this intensity at full force all the time. I do, like, for me personally, I feel like I've been able to finally come to a space of relief, and I feel like I've crossed that threshold, and maybe there's a reason I'm sharing this, because you're about to cross that threshold as well. You're about to, you know, like, things are ramping up right now, or maybe they have felt that way, but they're about to finally, it's like I'm seeing the situation being diffused, being lighter, and just kind of coming to a halt, which allows you to experience some relief and to finally be able to look back at what you just experienced and see how it all actually happened exactly as it needed to in divine order, and how it supported you to get you to exactly where you want to go. Okay? So there are things that we want, there are things that we desire, there are places we want to be, there are things we want to experience, but we don't always realize at what cost, right? We don't always realize what it's going to take to get us there. And so sometimes the challenges we're currently experiencing are literally happening to deliver us to where we want to go, to where we're meant to be, to what we're meant to experience. So this message of, like, delivery is coming through now. Like, not only have you been being prepared, but you're about to be delivered. You're about to be delivered to this new home, this next phase, this space of overwhelming gratitude, just being so grateful that you finally made it. You got to that checkpoint. And just experiencing this new life for yourself, because that's what it feels like. It feels like for some of you, it's like life is gonna be breathed back into your life, because for some of you, you've been running off of fumes for so long, you've been so depleted for so long, or like it just feels like you haven't been able to tend to your own needs or your own soul, your own spirit for such a long time. And the time is now to, like, finally tend to those needs, to care for yourself, mind, body, and soul. Do not exclude one or the other. They all work together. It's a, Holy Trinity or whatever. They all need to be tended to. We cannot neglect one and expect the other two to thrive. You cannot neglect one and expect the other two to thrive. That is, like, such a potent message for us right now. What's coming through right now is, like, for so long, people have been neglecting one of the three, or even two of the three, and expecting themselves to thrive, wondering, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Looking for answers, searching for meaning, trying to figure it out, trying so hard to figure it out, being so in their head, right? I'm doing all these spiritual things, but I'm neglecting my physical body. Or I'm doing all of these spiritual things, but I'm neglecting my mental state. Or I'm doing all of these things for my mental state, but I'm doing nothing for my spirit. Or I'm doing all these things for my physical body, but I'm completely neglecting my spirit and my mind. Okay, so that's the message here, is we must look at the three as a whole. That's what completes us. That's what brings us wholeness, is tending to all three. So as you're listening to this, I want you to kind of notice what's popping up for you. What are you notice coming up for you? Because your intuition is paying attention as I'm sharing these words with you. It's listening, it's reacting, it's responding, and it's going to tell you exactly what areas you need to start tending to. And that's a part of this preparation. And that's a part of what's going to bring you to that new space that's going to help you get past this intense threshold that you're currently going through and onto the other side. What's so interesting about all this, and like what I feel called to share right now, which has a little bit to do about my journey with the radiation, is that, I literally went through this experience where I'm, part of me is being like burnt to a crisp, right? And my physical body was just going through so much. Like, I can't even describe the pain, the agony, the suffering that I experienced. And I had to face myself and face parts of myself in ways I hadn't before. For example, food. Food and my physical body. The relationship that I've had with food has been so challenging my entire life. And during 6 weeks of radiation, I literally had to force feed myself. And I had to deal with the most intense nausea I've ever experienced, aside from, morning sickness, being pregnant. And I went through periods of like starvation. I literally did. I lost over a pound a day. And it was so wild to meet myself in that way, where like I had to force myself to eat for survival, and there be like no joy or pleasure in the eating, like zero. And again, I don't, it's like hard to talk about because I still don't have the words yet for the experience, but what I learned from that, like now that I am able to start eating more, despite the pain, like I'm obviously on, medication to help me manage the pain and the symptoms that I'm going through. But like now, it's like I have this like clean slate, okay? I lost all this weight that I had been carrying since a very traumatic experience in 2021. Like weight that just piled on since then. And it was like a layer of protection. I know it was. And I've talked about it on here before. I dealt with so much inflammation in my body. I dealt with candida overgrowth. I dealt with, headaches, migraines, so many gut issues. Like I don't even know where to start. Like so many gut issues. And all of that literally vanished during those 6 weeks. Like now that I'm on the other side, like I lost those 20 pounds, the inflammation, the gut issues, the skin issues. It's kind of a weird, like, mind F, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's very strange. I feel like so much was burned away. Mind, body, and spirit. Anyways, and now my relationship with food, I literally just want to eat to nourish my body. And I have control now, which is so wild to me, like to be able to just literally just feed myself the food that nourishes me and to be okay with that. And it's very new still. And like, I'm sure there's going to be, other challenges ahead with it, but I feel like I'm in a new body. It's the weirdest thing. And also, yeah, so anyways, what I'm trying to say is, before all this, I was always so focused on the spiritual and the mental, right? Taking care of those things. But then I wasn't thriving because my body was going through it. It was, being neglected, or I don't even know if the right word is, maybe certain aspects were being neglected, but then other parts I just felt so lost. I felt like I didn't have control because I was experiencing these physical ailments that I didn't know have the answers for how to fix. I didn't know how to heal it. And then it's just so weird. I go through this 6 weeks of radiation, and then all of a sudden those things have been kind of cured. It's very weird. Again, still don't have like my mind wrapped around the whole thing, but anyways, so now I feel like I kind of get it. The whole mind, body, spirit thing, right? Before all this, like when I first started even just diving into spirituality, I remember just over consuming all of the spiritual things, being so about spirituality. But then my mental state was neglected. It's like I could kind of look back at all these times on this journey where one was neglected or two were neglected or whatever, and how I didn't think to like look at that. I was trying all these different things and like looking outside of myself for all these different things and answers and ways and whatever, but it wasn't that's like not it. Like that's not, yeah, I think you know what I'm trying to say. So now I feel like I'm experiencing it, like what these messages are talking about how we have to look at all of it. Because you can have the job, you can have the money, you can have the body, but like, is your soul happy? Right? You could pay these thousands of dollars to like get mental emotional support, and go to gym like 10 hours a week or whatever, but like, how is your soul doing? They all need a part in your life. They all are a piece of the puzzle. They're all a piece of the pie. And that's what we have to remember. So let me just see if there's anything else that wants to come through. What I'm hearing now is like your soul knows this. Your soul is listening to this like, yeah, girl, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I've been trying to tell you. Like, if you are someone who has been trying to figure it out, you know what I'm talking about. You're on this hamster wheel of like trying to find the answers of maybe even feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, or like, when am I going to catch my break? Like, when is it going to get better? You're just in that space of like being in your head and trying to figure it out. Then like, you are so meant to be hearing this right now, because I feel like your soul's literally been trying to tell you. I feel like you have the answers. And it's time to start like really tending to those deeper needs that you think you can keep putting off, but you can't keep putting off, like, because that's where like the answers are. That's like, that's where you're going to figure it out, is by actually tending to those needs. It's not in anything else or anywhere else. It's not something you can buy, whatever. It's like literally what's been nagging at you from deep within. That is where you will find your truth. That's where you'll find your answers. The final piece here that I feel really called to mention, because I keep hearing it, is community. Something that I experienced so much healing from was community. Being part of the Cancer Center felt like it healed part of me that was like not open to opening my heart to others and like receiving love, receiving support. I can't even explain it, but being part of that family, that team, having literally a whole team of helpers there for you every single day, helping you get through one of the hardest times of your life. Talking to fellow, cancer patients who are literally going through the same thing, checking in on each other, telling each other our stories, all of that, that did something to me. And it just further reinstated this core belief of mine that we need people, we need community, we need togetherness. And if you haven't been able to find what you are searching for on your own, it's because you are meant to open your arms to being part of something. Whether you're meant to lead the circle or like you're meant to lead a gathering or facilitate something, or if you're meant to go and be part of one, join a book club, see what's happening at the local library. Maybe there's some mom groups. Maybe there's a spirit circle, like a moon circle or some sort of gathering. Like, do something to put yourself out there and just connect with other people. It's just so incredible what happens to you, mind, body, and soul, when you start opening yourself up to new relationships, new people, and learning through those experiences. That could literally be one of the missing pieces from your life right now. Because again, I feel like one of the themes here is that we're trying to fix it. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying all these different things, but it's just not it. You're not getting the results you want. You're not getting the answers you want because you're not doing the things that your soul is calling you to do. You're doing the things you think you should do or need to, or you're looking outside of yourself at what other people are doing, what's working for them. But connect to that voice within, okay? Not not the inner critic or the fear or the ego, but just your soul's voice, okay? Before I wrap this up, I do want to add that I have just created the most amazing, soul-nourishing bundle, Intro to Intuition for Beginners. This goes so much deeper than just knowing your psychic clairs. This is literally how to navigate your inner wisdom and build that relationship with it, how to tune in to your intuition, receive your own inner guidance from your higher self, notice your intuition supporting you throughout your day-to-day, right? Literally using your inner guidance to make decisions to whether you should go for it or not, helping you navigate the inner voices, because let's be real here, that is a really hard thing to do as a human, right? To trust your own inner voice and to make decisions based off of your intuition versus logic and what's right, what's expected, all that jazz. So this bundle is ready for you now, and it's currently on for $97 Canadian. And so the link is in the show notes if that is something you feel called to do. There's so much magic there. And it's not just fluffy spirituality stuff. This is real mind, body, spirit work. Stuff that is supportive, stuff that is real, stuff that is grounded and is going to help you in your real day-to-day life, and also support you on, just experiencing a more connected, more intuitive life. So that's there for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if these messages helped you.